Knockout legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So I was on Instagram yesterday, and I was watching something. It was I think it was IFL TV, and Coogan was interviewing Dillian Whyte and Joe Joyce, and it was weird because Dillian was taking pictures with someone, and Joe Joyce was there, but Joe Joyce kept looking at him like to say there's a problem with Dillian Whyte, and Dillian Whyte's like, what's up? I've not said nothing to you, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the clip and then I'll get back into it after. So with no further ado.
Who? He called Wallin a coward tonight.
Oh, I mean, he did it. He did his thing. Did his thing. What's going on?
I thought I meant you. No, he called Wallin a coward.
No. Oh, mate, I'm confused. What's going on?
No, it's all right.
Yo.
No, chill out.
Mate.
A lot of confusion.
So from the clip there, I got an inkling that these two might actually fight, because it was weird, because for some reason Joe Joyce was being funny, like he had a problem with Dillian. Like eventually they took a picture together, but Coogan kept staring it, and I was thinking, why is Coogan staring it? They know something that we don't know. But I remember I did a video about Joe Joyce and Dillian Whyte, because obviously when Dillian Whyte failed the drug test, well apparently it come that he popped dirty with the Anthony Joshua second fight, and I think Joe Joyce won his fight versus Cash Ali. I was saying this because I think Dillian Whyte had come back, or he'd managed to like sweep everything under the rug and then come back quietly. I was saying this was the fight that we needed to see if he's going to come back, if you get what I mean. But finally, good old Uncle Frank Bricktop has got the fight on. I think it's April the 5th at the Coop Arena, and it's called Heavy Impact. Now the card looks very good. I just watched the press conference for the fight, and it's a good card. It's got David Adeleye, Jamie TKV, and Richard Riakporhe and Lawrence OKolie, and then obviously the main event is Dillian Whyte and obviously Joe Joyce. But the actual press conference, like watching it, it was brilliant. It was gold. David Adeleye and Jamie TKV, I think they know each other and they're good friends, but they're going to put that aside and then they're going to bash each other up. But that is actually a good fight, because obviously David Adelaye's back on the comeback trail, and he only lost once to what's his name, Richard Adeleye. And Jamie TKV, he is looking to fight him, and it's good that, because Frank always gives you fights where the competitive fights, and I don't know how he does it, he always manages to pull it off and give you the fights that you want to see, And Jamie TKV's lost once. He lost to Igor Adiel Macy Doe, but he, after that loss, was on he's won 3 fights, so he's on a 3 fight streak, and now he's fighting David Adeleye. So anyway, there was a little bit of banter. David Adeleye saying he's going to knock him out, and he was saying he's going to have to knock him out even though he likes him. But it was good. It was light-hearted banter. That's actually the most, how can I put it, respectful I've saw David Adeleye with someone that he actually likes, even though he still give a bit of needle. But it's actually interesting to see this fight. I think it'll be a good fight, because that Jamie TKV is pretty big, is a big guy, so it should be a good little scrap, that. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, moving on. The next fight on the card, Lawrence OKolie and Richard Riakporhe, that is gold. That is gold. We've been waiting for this fight for a long time. And obviously, I think Richard was supposed to win his fight against, I think it's Chris Billam-Smith, but he didn't. So obviously the fight got pushed back. But good old Frank, he's managed to get it on, because OKolie signed with him. So now you're going to get the fight, that we want to see. I think this is at heavyweight, because Lawrence has stepped up, and I think Richard stepped up. So this would be interesting. This is a good test for Lawrence OKolie. And obviously he's only lost once, and that's to Chris Billing-Smith. So, you know, there's no shade there. And obviously Richard Riakporhe lost to the same person, but on unanimous decision. So they both got a common enemy, got a common foe in tow. But the great thing to note about this was actually the bad blood that happened on the red carpet with Richard Riakporhe and Lawrence OKolie, where Lawrence OKolie made a joke because Richard Riakporhe does modelling, and he said Madonna's getting old, and he snaps. But anyway, he said that he felt a bit embarrassed afterwards because he obviously saw red. But Lawrence is good at winding people up, as we saw with the Dillian Whyte saga, because that actually got thrown into the mix by obviously Dev Sani, because he was hosting, doing the MCing, but he's good at stirring the pot. Because even David Adeleye said that, I like the way you threw that in. That was pretty pretty sneaky, because he said something to Lawrence OKolie about, you know, how does he feel about the people on there, and he said, well, I feel like I'm the best on this table because I've achieved the most, which in a sense is true because he's a two-weight champion. But it was funny because no one said anything, but only Davey Adeleye piped up. But I don't think Dillian Whyte or even Joe Joyce are going to take it serious anyway, because they're full-fledged heavyweights. And yeah, Lawrence OKolie's good, but he's not proven at heavyweight yet. And the thing is just because you've won in other divisions and you come up, it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to actually transcend straight into being a heavyweight, because, you know, it took Usyk a while to adjust, because he had to adjust to Derek, and he had to adjust to other people that he fought before he fought Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. He couldn't have just went in with Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury straight away. I don't think he would have won them fights if he did, because he would have got a rude awakening. The Derek Chisora fight prepared him for them, and also to a degree the Tony Bellew fight as well, to a degree, because Tony Bellew's a big cruiserweight, so, you know, he's technically a heavyweight really, but he's a big cruiserweight anyway, so you know what I mean, it is what it is. Them two fights prepared him to fight at heavyweight. Now he's a full-fledged heavyweight, even though it's only, I think, an extra half a stone he's gained. It's giving him the chance to, like, transcend that weight gain into muscle and use it effectively, so he's got power, and also just be that little bit quicker than the heavyweights, but still maintain his speed and fleetness of foot and his work rate. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he could have done that at the weight he was initially if he didn't have time to prepare, you know, because obviously we saw in the first Tyson Fury fight that uppercut, and then we also saw the 9th round of the second fight with Joshua, where, you know, he actually felt the heavyweight punches, you know, and he even said about Derek, the punches that he received off Derek in the first fight, what he had with Derek, that yeah, that was a hard fight, and you could see it. He won it, but it still was a hard fight. So, you know, again, Lawrence is yet to be proven at heavyweight. It's all good bridgerweight as a way of, like, bridging the gap, but bridgerweight's not really a serious weight, to be fair, and there's not really that many fighters that are in that division where I can say that it's an established division where there's good bridgerweight fighters that can go up, because obviously you have to jump from cruiserweight straight to heavyweight. But, like, obviously with bridgerweight you can bridge the gap. I think that's why he took that fight, just to see where he was at. But the lack of opponents at that weight is kind of here nor there. But anyway, the back and forth with Richard Riakporhe and Lawrence OKolie was good, but then also Dev managed to throw the needle in with Dillian Whyte, and Dillian, like, pushed Lawrence and then kind of put him on the spot, in a sense where he had to, like, say, yeah, I want to fight Dillian, I want to fight him, which is pretty good, and that's pretty smart marketing by Frank Warren, because he's used Dillian Whyte to push that fight by having him sat beside him. Now, there's no bad blood, but obviously there's that competitive rivalry there, so that's a good thing. So this could be a next fight that we see. But then back to the main event, which was Dillian Whyte and Joe Joyce. That was just funny. That was comic magic, because he kind of, like, was respectful, but he took the piss out of Joe Joyce because obviously Joe's not the quickest on the draw, and obviously he was saying that, you know, he needed a 2-second delay before he answered. But it was funny saying that he needs to keep his hands up, you know, and or move his head because he's got a bad habit of not defending himself and just using his head to like absorb punches and then getting basically knocked out, as we saw with the Zhang fights, both Zhang losses, and also with the Derek Chisora loss. And the thing is this will be a good fight for Joe Joyce to see if he can come back. But me personally, I don't think. I think now he's had too many hard fights. I think the last probably 3 losses that he's had were really tough on him, especially the Derek Chisora fight. That's a really tough fight. And now I feel like, me personally, if Derek's gonna take you there and hurt you like that, I think you should be calling it a day. But hey, you're going to give Dillian the work, so you might cause an upset because you are a pretty upright technical boxer. But, you know, it's a case of who gets tired first, because if he keeps coming forward and Dillian can't keep him off or can't like back him up with power, then, you know, he may actually hurt Dillian, because Dillian's chin is susceptible. But then again, you know, the left hook to the body, and then obviously, you know, right hook, bam, or left hook, even lead hook, you may actually hurt Joe. So it's a different type of fight. It's going to be a case of who wants it more and who's going to be fitter on the night and whose chin's drawable, I should say. But I would say Dillian's probably a little bit of a better back foot fighter, and he's got better defense and he's got the reach as well, and he knows how to line you up. But we'll have to see, because in the last fight he didn't look that great, even though he won and he stopped Tete. But, you know, it looked like what it was, just a comeback fight. So we're going to have to see if he actually has kind of back on the roster of being like one of the good heavyweights. But we'll have to see. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this fight, and are you excited for it? And I'd say go out and check out the press conference and watch it, because it's comic magic, it's genius. But anyway, leave your thoughts in the comment section, like, comment and subscribe, and that is another one from the one and only Knockout Legends. Peace.